I think I agree with the sentiment of that question, yes. I think we should be a party that actually is campaigning non-stop. We are, after all, a campaigning organisation. We're doing this because we have a passion, and there are some big open goals at the moment. The coalition has given up on any idea that we can regulate the financial markets in London. Well, there should be 150 tube stations where UKIP activists should be outside, delivering leaflets. The coalition have decided that we should in future possibly share our nuclear deterrent trident with the French, God help us. And we have a justice minister who thinks that criminals shouldn't go to prison. I would suggest there are three areas where the party could centrally produce simple, direct literature in the millions and get the branches out there distributing it, but none of it's any good unless we have a professional call centre of people to take the leads and to sign the members up. When we did it last time, we increased the membership by 76% in 1 year. That's what I want to do again.
And the policy groups, right?
I'm not against those arguments. No, I wasn't knocking them.
Yeah, just to say, well, I'm not in favour of reopening Ashford Call Centre. I have to say that first of all. Nigel's touched on that. But yes, there is a role for some kind of calling round, but not the Ashford Call Centre. I'm already working on a thing called a policy grid, which is to take all our 17 policies, the major ones, and turn it into something helpful for you as candidates. For example, scrap the Human Rights Act, which is one of our policies. The Police Federation would love that. The police love it, the Prison Officers Association, they love it, and no one else is saying it. And I think that policy grid is going to be essential. It's going to give you the kit as a PPC. It's a route in, get your foot in the door, so you can go and talk to them about scrapping the Human Rights Act, and then, by the way, let me tell you about the EU arrest warrants and all the other things the EU is doing. And that's, turning policies into a meaningful form of campaigning. So John's absolutely right. Not just the EU, let's campaign right across the board on policy.
There were kind of two aspects of this. One was central planning of campaigning, and the other was policies. On the central planning, yes, we need a London office. We need a London office that can carry out the campaigns. We don't want just simply a media office financed by the European Parliament. And that, I've said, is something I want to do, and that's something, by the way, that I'm already working with Gerard Batten on, discussing office space and so on, in the expectation that I will become leader and that we'll need to carry this out very soon in the next few months. And I'm going to fund it to a large extent, initially, by myself. The second question was policies. Look, there's so much one can say about policies. Of course we want policies. And to have policies, you need research staff, you need ability to analyse, put publications together, and so on. Again, that needs organisation. We talk about policies. Why hasn't it happened the last 5 or 10 years?
Who've done it? Did you not read the manifesto?
Okay, so moving on to the next question then. And this one is from John Moran in Kingston, and we're turning to a question which relates directly to London. And the question is this: why do we have only 1,000 or so members in London, and why did we do so badly in the mayoral elections in 2008, Euro elections in 2009, and general election in 2010?
Because I didn't stand.
Who is responsible, and what will you do about it? And Nigel Farage first.
It is a shame that UKIP London has contracted. You could argue other parts of the country have too. But we have lost branches in London. And I think essentially the messages that we're putting out in London are too negative. We're not being positive enough about things. And when I look at this agreement that Gerard Batten from London has drawn up with Tim Cumberland, it says here that the UKIP policy towards the European Union will be one of unconditional, unilateral withdrawal. Now, there's not a person in this room that doesn't want us to leave the European Union. That's what we're in business for. And if you express yourself in those terms, what you do is you automatically alienate about 50% of the people that might vote for you and might join you. Far better to say, we'll divorce ourselves from political union and replace that with a genuine free trade agreement, and we'll try and be good next-door neighbours with the French, difficult though that is. Let's be more positive, and London will grow again.
Well, going back to Frank Maloney, in 2004, not only did we do very well in the mayoral election, but we won 2 top-up GLA Greater London Assembly seats. We need to do that again, and what a model that is for Alternative Vote Plus, which is exactly the same system, or more or less, for the Commons. We can have top-up MPs. But I think it's about being professional, it's about policies, it's about working the ground. I do accept the demographics have changed in London, and we're up against it in many ways in London. But I think the answer is let's be more professional in our approach, let's work it harder, and we can, we can win.
It is not negative to say that Britain must leave the European Union. It's not negative to say that Britain must leave the European Union. The European Union is doing tremendous harm to our country. We want to get that message over loud and clear in London and elsewhere, and then we'll increase our votes. That's what we should do. All efforts in all sorts of areas, research, publicity, fundraising, the whole damn lot. Of course, London matters. I spent most of my life in London. There's so many things to do. I'm not going to say any more, but it is not negative to say that we must leave the European Union. I can't imagine how Nigel can suggest that, frankly.
I didn't.
Well, I got unfinished business with Boris Johnson anyway. I stood at the last minute to become an independent candidate. I was with the Tories. 45,000 first and second votes is what I got. That was my total. Ladies and gentlemen, that isn't a joke. Now, if we can appeal to all sections of the community, and I'm the man to do that, this is my role, I feel, in this party, to open the party up and make people aware of what we're all about. I'm tired of being depicted as a racist, even though I'm a black man, and that we don't include anyone. We don't include people of other races. That's a lie. We want to change that perception. If we can't find a way to turn that perception of human beings around, then we ain't going nowhere. Thank you very much.
So we'll move on to the next question. We'll take we'll have bank regulation next, and then we'll go from there to the following question. We'll be going to grassroots membership. So really all over the place today.